Tell me, Roger. Tell me.
With the first pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence.
Come on! Woo, 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 woo! That was what I was waiting for. That was it. That was the moment. Woo! All right.
There it is, Zach Wilson of BYU. We waited 3-4 months now to finally figure it out. The Jets have their future quarterback. He will be 10 times better than Darnold will be. And I'm just so happy that Darnold is not a Jet anymore. And we have Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, baby, in green and white. Let's go, Jets.
We will find out. Here comes the commissioner with tip number 3. With the third pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Trey Lance.
Wow. Wow. All right, let's break this one down. Okay, so Trey Lance goes third. Probably not the guy that I would have thought they would have gone with, but it makes sense because you look at his mobility, you look at his arm strength. He will thrive in Shanahan's offense. He'll thrive with these motion sets. He'll thrive on the run for sure. Now, whether this actually works out for them is up in the air because we've seen how the last North Dakota State quarterback performed in Carson Wentz, and it wasn't great. But Trey Lance is a completely different player, and honestly, I think he'll fit in great with Shanahan's offense. So we'll see what happens.
Kyle Pitts to the Atlanta Falcons. Oh my goodness. What a selection. What a selection to add to that offense. Now, listen, that means they're sticking with Matt Ryan, right? No quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. Kyle Pitts lines up with Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones. What an offense in that NFC South to compete against those defenses like the Saints, like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, bringing back all 22 of those starters. That offense is going to be lethal. Atlanta Falcons, Kyle Pitts, number 4th overall selection. Ladies and gentlemen.
With the 5th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Jamar Chase, wide receiver out of LSU. This is an opt-out from 2020. Best receiver in this draft by far, 6 feet, 200 pounds. This guy wins balls. He's a playmaker. I really like him. He's a well-built player, had 8 touchdowns of 50-plus yards in 2019. A lot of people are comparing this guy to Torrey Holt, former Pro Bowl receiver from the Rams. Relies a little too much on his athleticism, but this is an excellent prospect. Good job, Cincinnati.
The somewhat clean, beautiful Aloha Hawaii smelling Hyundai Elantra is going to be the common scene for reaction videos tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy is also playing Minecraft, so. Jaden White is going to the 305. To be honest, I don't really know that much about him. All I know is he's got bigger biceps than my entire head. Jaden White's going to live it up down in the 305. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place to live. Shout out Miami. Shout out Pitbull. Shout out Will Smith, Miami.
Hello, everybody. Gabe Flayton from the North Pole Podcast on Review and Preview. Lions drafted Penei Sewell, tackle, after giving one of the best left tackles in the NFL, Taylor Decker, a giant contract extension, shoring up their offensive line. This isn't going to put any fans in Ford Field. They need them. So I really don't think it was the flashiest choice, but it makes sense. Jared Goff needs protection. He's a good quarterback with the proper protection. I would have liked to see a linebacker chosen there, but at the 7th pick, I think Penei Sewell was actually the best value. No need to get a receiver that early in the draft when they have so many other problems. So I actually think it's a good pick, and it's taking away the best left tackle from other teams in the league. So good job, Lions.
Whoa, J.C. Horn. That's actually very good for the Panthers. Young guy for the defense. He's the first CB taken off the table. That Carolina, man, watch out for that secondary, baby. They're going to be explosive this year. Alrighty?
Alright, this is Ross on the 4th and Long Radio and your resident Broncos fan and Broncos Nation. Let's get the celebration going, because not only do they bring in Patrick Surtain, the second with the 9th overall pick, a pick that I was actually pretty surprised about. I was expecting maybe a Slater, maybe Justin Fields, and thank God it wasn't Mac Jones, but I certainly wasn't expecting this, but I'm not complaining. I have no problems with this. I have no qualms about this pick, because Kyle Fuller, Bryce Callahan, they're on contract years, and they need some reassurance in that secondary that's been haunting the Broncos for probably like the past 2 or 3 seasons. Now, what this means, though, there's been a lot of talks. Aaron Rodgers to Denver because he wants out of Green Bay. What's going to happen is that they didn't draft a quarterback because they're going to be trading for Aaron Rodgers. So let's hurry up and get the celebrations going, because Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Denver Bronco, and he's going to be rocking the hell out of that blue and orange.
All right, commissioners at the podium. Eagles have traded essentially just a 3rd-round pick to skip the Giants to go to number 10. Let's see who they pick.
The Dallas Cowboys have traded the 10th pick to the Philadelphia Eagles. With the 10th pick,
Come on, Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith.
Philadelphia Eagles select Devonta Smith.
Yes, sir! Devonta Smith coming to Philly, baby. A Heisman winner. Mel Kiper's 3rd best player. I don't really like Mel Kiper that much, but if he's right about this, I guess I'll like Mel Kiper a little bit more. But I could not be more pleased. This is why Howie Roseman traded back to 12. This was a brilliant move. I could not be more pleased as an Eagles fan, especially because it screwed the Giants.
Let's go! Let's go! Alright! I'm okay with it! I just spilled my beer. Fuck! Let's go! Justin Fields! I'm okay with it! I'm okay with it!
Hey guys, Brian Atorod from the Sports Box here, talking about the Cowboys' first-round selection in the 2021 NFL Draft. So, Cowboys were at 10. Surprisingly, J.C. Horn and Patrick Surtain, the top 2 corners in the draft, went 8 and 9. To Carolina and Denver, respectfully, which kind of put the Cowboys in a bit of a spot, I felt, at 10. So I wasn't really surprised at all that they traded down. Somewhat surprised they traded down in the division with the Eagles, allowing them to jump the Giants to go get Devonta Smith, the receiver out of Alabama, at 10. But when they got down to 12, they ended up taking Micah Parsons, the linebacker out of Penn State. And frankly, it would have been the pick they likely would have made at 10. So it's not as if they lost anything by trading down. They added pick 84. They have 4 more picks in the top 100, so they're in a very advantageous spot going into day 2. But it's an interesting pick because, they haven't given the 5th-year option to Leighton Vander Esch. He's had an injury-plagued career. Sean Lee just retired. Don't think that really played into it that much. But, they're again looking at the linebacking core where they've put resources in the past. But listen, Micah Parsons is an excellent player, arguably the best defensive player in the draft. So for them to add that kind of player at 12, add another 3rd-round pick, they're in really good position to address some other defensive needs with their other picks.
Wow, so the Chargers ended up getting Rashawn Slater with their 1st overall pick, and I kind of think that's what you would have expected as the draft ended up playing out. So I'm excited because they're clearly taking, a cautious approach with Justin Herbert. You want to get him protected, and I think that's the smart move, and Tom Telesco has made pretty good picks throughout, his career as a GM. So I'm excited, and we'll see how the rest of the draft goes.
There it is. The Jets moved up. I called it all week. I knew the Jets were going to move up. And they bolstered their left guard. And now their left side of the offensive line, Becton. And geez Louise, this left side of the offensive line will be lethal. Give Zach Wilson some help. Now we hopefully in the second, third round, we draft some wide receivers, draft some defensive players, and we'll be set.
All right, so the Pats selected Mac Jones with the 15th pick. I'm not angry about it. I would have been angry if they traded up, but they sat at 15. They were able to get him at 15. And, he's the future. He said all the right things. This is where he wanted to play. He's excited. I'm ready to go. Make the Mac Jones experience happen. All right, I'm all in. I'm convincing myself I'm all in. Go Pats.
Jalen here from Fourth and Long Radio, also the Cardinals fan at the Fourth and Long Radio. And with the 16th pick, the Cardinals have selected Zaven Collins, linebacker out of Tulsa. I'm excited. It'll be great to see him with Isaiah Simmons in that linebacking court, see what Vance Joseph can do with them. I was expecting the Cardinals to trade back here for some more draft capital, so it'll be exciting to see what they do about not having a third and fourth round pick. But altogether, happy with this pick. He's going to be a great player. Can't wait to see him on the field and in that Cardinals jersey.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Paul Lombardi, host of the 3&D, diehard Chiefs fan. Las Vegas Raiders just took Alex Leatherwood, tackle from Alabama. I don't hate this pick, honestly. I would love to make fun of the Raiders. There's no doubt about that. I hate the Raiders, but this is actually a decent pick. I was expecting they were going to pull some random defensive end that was supposed to go late, like they normally do. But Leatherwood's a good player. He's got great size, and will definitely help that offensive line that's starting to come along a little bit. So I approve of this pick. So good job, Las Vegas, but let's go Chiefs.
All right, so while I kind of thought Kwity Paye was going to be the guy the Dolphins were going to take, I can't really complain about Jalen Phillips. He's another good pick that shores up their defensive line, and I think the Dolphins could really use an edge rusher. And at the end of the day, I think they went the right way. There's no complaining for me. Dolphins are set up very well for the future, and I think it'll be really interesting to see how they keep going about this as the draft continues to go on.
What's going on, guys? This is Marty Joins, Intercept Your Lunch. Make sure you catch us. Just watched live the Washington football team select Jamin Davis, linebacker out of Kentucky. Ron Rivera always said he wanted his linebacker, and he got one. Maybe a little bit of a reach, but the dude is athletic and be a beast behind that front four. Go football team.
All right, folks, 21st overall, the Indianapolis Colts just took Kwity Paye. That's an interesting pick. Player with a good frame and explosiveness. I think he's best playing on the outside in the 5-tech, but can play some 3-tech as well. Really good effort and determination, a player who crushes tight ends against the run. My concern with him is only 19 collegiate starts. I think this guy has a high upside in the NFL who could potentially be the number one edge rusher coming out of this class. So, real good player with violent hands. Kwity Paye heads to Indianapolis. Thank you.
What's up, everyone? I'm back reviewing the Titans pick. Titans just took Caleb Farley, opted out of the season this past year at Virginia Tech cornerback. A bit of a shocking pick, to be honest with you. I think that they should have gone wide receiver. Bateman, I think, is going to be a stud, and they need wide receivers big time. They lost Corey Davis, lost Jonnu Smith, lost Adam Humphries. I think that they needed to get a pass catcher, but Farley will help their backfield, help their secondary out, and it'll be interesting to see. Peace.
Loving the pick from the Vikings, Christian Darrisaw, beast left tackle. He's going to be our cornerstone for years to come. Dalvin Cook is going to love him. He's going to be great in the screen game. Kirk Cousins needs a lot of time in the pocket. He got sacked 39 times last year. So I'm hoping this guy fixes that problem. We're set at right tackle. We need some interior linemen, but for right now, our edges are set on the offensive line. Love the pick from the Vikes.
Resident Steelers fan Will Wiggleman here, And Steelers just picked up Najee Harris, running back out of Alabama. You know what? I'm pretty excited about this pick. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about are running backs worth it, being taken in the first round and all that. But I think James Conner, when he was healthy, had a ton of trouble running up the middle. Ben Roethlisberger had to throw 50 times a game last year. And I think with Najee Harris, that's going to be a thing of the past. This offense is going to be a lot more dangerous to have a stable running game. So I'm a big fan of this pick. Here we go, Steelers.
Roger Goodell with the Jaguars pick sitting in the lazy boy. Travis Etienne. Wow. Wow. Travis Etienne, running back out of Clemson. Not that Travis Etienne wasn't a fantastic running back, but interesting pick, considering that they already had James Robinson. But you know why they did that? Trevor Lawrence's teammate. Already that Clemson connection. Excellent pick. That should be an immediate fit. Already knows the quarterback in which Trevor Lawrence is. Has that handoff eye coordination as well. That's going to be a fantastic pick and great weapon for Trevor Lawrence as he enters as a Jacksonville Jaguar. Travis Etienne going to the Jacksonville Jaguars with their second first-round pick. Great pick by the Jags.
Hey guys, so with the 26th pick in the NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Greg Newsome. This was a very good addition to the secondary, a very good draft pick. I just don't know where they sit with Denzel Ward and that other guy from LSU, who I can't remember his name. This was a very good draft position in terms of really strengthening that secondary, and now I think they are a competitive ball hawk, and they are going to be tough against the pass. With guys like Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome, John Johnson, and Troy Hill, it's going to be pretty hard to pass against the Cleveland Browns defense in 2021. All in all, great draft pick. We will see how much Greg Newsome produces, and I'm really excited. Go Browns.
What's up, guys? It's Fonzo Falco from JDF Sports. Ravens just selected Rashad Bateman. Big body receiver. They desperately needed him for the longest time. Number one receiver I'm talking about. Lamar Jackson finally got his guy. I've been saying it. Get Bateman. Get Bateman. I'm so hyped. I got nervous. I'm not going to lie. I was very nervous that we weren't going to get Bateman, but I am. You understand? I'm hyped. I can't keep my words right now. I'm pumped up for this. We need this number one receiver. I've said it. Lamar Jackson has yet to have a receiver over 800 yards. We got the guy. We're good. Now let's see what we do at pick number 31. Peace out.
So the Saints have just taken Peyton Turner. Weird considering the Saints have lost Janoris Jenkins, Emmanuel Sanders, Trey Hendrickson, Quan Alexander, Alex Anzalone, Malcolm Brown, Sheldon Rankins, Jared Cook, Josh Hill, and Thomas Morstead. Yeah, that's a weird one. Makes zero sense, but hey, you know what? There's still 6 rounds.
With the 29th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Green Bay Packers select Eric Stokes, defensive back, Georgia.
That's an interesting pick. Stokes, once upon a time, was seen as more of a track star than a football player. How do you feel about that?
Oh my God, bro. What a crappy day to be a Packers fan. I was really hoping that we would do something a little bit different, but another corner, I guess. So, Aaron's gone. We didn't draft a receiver again. We've got 5 straight seasons of taking a defensive player, so that's cool, I guess. I hate my life.
Okay, the Bills pick is in. I'm really hoping they go with JOK, Owusu Koromoa, the linebacker from Notre Dame. I'd be fine with Tevin Jenkins, the tackle from Oklahoma State as well. I'm hearing a lot about Williams, who's the running back out of North Carolina. I'm really curious. I thought for a second that Brandon Beane might trade down. Clearly, he chose not to. It's an interesting decision because the Bills are a team that are going to be returning a lot of the players from that AFC Championship game squad. So I'm really curious to, know what offers were on the table, and I feel like we'll probably find out in the coming days. All right, here we go. Oh, Gregory Rousseau from Miami, the one player I did not want them to pick. Wow. I don't like the pick off the top. Yeah, big physical guy out of Miami, big physical end. Interesting. My initial reaction, very interesting. Is Jerry Hughes out of a job now? I don't like it.
Here we go. Pick 31, boys. Let's see what we got.
The Baltimore Ravens select Jason Owe, linebacker, Penn State.
Okay. I thought we had a lot of linebackers, but I guess we needed one more, so it's all good. I thought we needed an offensive line over that, but you know what? It's all good.
Big shout out to Budweiser for sponsoring this video, and a huge shout out to my human alarm, James Montefusco, for reminding me that I still have to make a reaction video. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Tyrone has joined the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you know what that means? The Super Bowl is staying in the great Sunshine State of these United States of America. Now, on that note, Joe Tyrone has joined the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and also has the Super Bowl. This has been your boy, Captain Nick Tonks. Good night.